Bring it on, dear. What's up, brave new world? It's Joshua again, here with a brand new video in which we are going to, after a long while, and since the New Year's Eve is on the corner, I have decided to do a video by revisiting this wonderful section called r/AskReddit. Alright, we are visiting again AskReddit, and we are going to check a question that frankly is really thought-provoking, I think, because it has to do with adulthood. And everybody knows these days, especially, everybody is hyper aware. Everybody is hyper aware of how excruciating, how aggravating, how exhausting being an adult is. I, as an adult millennial, born in the 90s, specifically in 1992, I feel like this is especially applicable for me because the wisdom that I'm about to share with everyone watching this, I feel it's universal and it's applicable for anyone in the Anglosphere or in the Hispanosphere. In the whole atmosphere is applicable, regardless of your first language. The following wisdom and the following content is perfectly applicable because, how can I say this? Everyone is an adult and they need to learn these abilities and these skills, right? Which brings us to the title of this post. Ring! When this video is edited, you will see it somewhere here. What's the bare minimum adult skill more people fail at than you expected? And I couldn't be more concerned and worried because, well, there are so many replies in this particular, how can I say this, in this particular Reddit thread in which they are talking again, ring, the bare minimum adult skill that many people fail and don't have, alright? By the way, in order to make this video a little bit more proper paced and fast paced maybe, I decided to make a what? I decided to make a, what do you call it? I decided to make a script over here for me to read, which you will see here in the form of funny letters roaming around here, alright? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You will see this when the video is edited. You will see the replies over here in the form of text on screen, alright? And I will be reading them, I will make comment about it, and I will, of course, invite you, anyone watching or listening to this, I invite you to take a look, to listen to this, but also include your reply in the description, in the comment section right below, alright? So one more time, let's go at it. What's a bare minimum adult skill more people fail at than you expected? I'm gonna say definitely, without having the slightest idea of what I'm gonna find out here, I'm gonna say that one of the most important things would be definitely making documents and dealing with paperwork. That is the joke that my generation, young people born in the 90s, are a bunch of idiots that don't know how to deal with the paperwork required to have a medical appointment. I'm one of them, you know. There is a joke that used to say, millennials, Mexicans and Americans alike, or Spanish speaking and English speaking alike, are like this. When they have a medical problem, they do two things. Number one, we expect for it to kill us, or we expect for our body, our metabolism to do the whole thing, you know? I would say that the bare minimum skill, adult skill that everyone fails, especially my generation, would be that one. Dealing with the paperwork necessary to have a medical appointment. Back to this. The first reply of this Reddit thread is, reply number 1, being able to admit they're wrong or don't know something. I have no problem admitting that I don't know something. I have found that the problem is that when I admit that I don't know something, people often assume that means I don't know anything. Double negative, and apart from that, that's the problem with English indefinite pronouns, that's what you call it, I think. Indefinite pronouns. That's a minor confusion, I have to say. That's a minor confusion, I have to say. Yes. I don't know. Well, what do you know? I hate that. It doesn't magically make me know more stuff. So what's your plan with that line of questioning? Yeah, I totally agree with that, because I will trust more the... what do you call this type of person? Help me out. I will trust more the doctor that doesn't... the doctor, the engineer, the lawyer, or the specialist graduated from college that says, I don't know, than anyone who is usually a silver-tongued idiot that tries to sell... that basically behaves like a snake oil salesman. I can't believe I'm using those expressions. That basically behaves like a snake oil salesman who basically wants to pretend to be the master, the expert of everything, when in fact they couldn't make a tourniquet to save their lives, literally and metaphorically. So yeah, besides, even Dr. Mike, this amazing Russian-born American YouTuber, who is also a doctor, a talented doctor YouTuber, has spoken about this. You know, it's important to admit that you don't know something, because when you admit that you don't know something, you ironically become smarter than the ones that claim to know everything, you know, because the moment that you are an arrogant idiot that doesn't claim, that says and declares that they don't make mistakes, you become basically the type of idiot that doesn't own up to their mistakes, you know. Admitting that you don't know makes you more reliable, you know. That was the reply number 1. Let's move on to reply number 2. And it says, reply number 2, emotional regulation or basic communication. Alright? You're allowed to say when you're upset, but you can't take it out on everyone else. Taking out on everyone else. My partner and I tell our kids something similar. You can be mad, but you can't be mean. Ah, take that, you stupid idiot Regina George. I'm so sad that the boss did not kill you, and praise be to Rachel McAdams for her amazing and outstanding acting prowess, because since I hate the character so much, that means that she's an excellent actress. Emotions, back to this one. Emotions are not a choice, but how you express them is on you. I always tell my daughter, you can't choose how you feel. You can't choose how you feel. I like this one. But you can choose how you behave. Keyword. By the way, speaking of the commentary that I made as the story goes by, I have noticed that it's exhausting to... halfway through I want to make comments of these amazing replies, but at the same time, editing makes editing a little harder. So back to this, let us read that again. I'm sorry, future Josh. Emotional regulation and basic communication. You're allowed to say when you're upset, but you can't take it out on everyone else. My partner and I tell our kids something similar. You can be mad, but you can't be mean. Emotions are not a choice, but how you express them is on you. I always tell my daughter, you can't choose how you feel, but you can choose how you behave. Keyword. And for that reason, screw you mean people, mean girls, mean boys, especially the mean girls. I don't understand why people have this ridiculous, ludicrous, absurd... What's another word? Ridiculous, absurd, ludicrous, nonsensical celebration called Mean Girls Day. Why celebrate something that is supposed to be a warning? Why celebrate something that is supposed to be a manual on how not to be? The same goes for any other idiot, human idiot, that admires, looks up to, and praises horrible characters like Rick Sanchez, the guy from Scarface, the one that says, say hello to my little friend. I have no idea who he is, and I'm gonna leave it like that. Oh, Walter White from Breaking Bad. Of course, he is supposed to be a criticism, alright? Don't be like that. Crime doesn't pay, alright? Sure, lots of money is good, but sleeping soundly during the night is priceless, alright? Oh, and by the way, what I said previously again, I keep it, alright? And I say, screw all the mean girls in the planet. It is a pity that bus did not kill Regina George. It is unfortunate that this car did not kill Regina George, alright? Screw you, Regina George, fiction and real life. And praise be, one more time, praise be not only to the Lord, but praise be to, I'm not even religious, but praise be to the Lord, but praise be not only to the Lord, but also to Rachel McAdams, because she made the character totally despicable and totally irritatingly evil, malevolent, and the type of idiot that wants to do stuff without facing consequences of her actions. Let's just say that if Regina's, the following thing that I'm about to say is super controversial, super horrible, and I just hope that this doesn't get me banned or taken down. Just shadow ban me, but do not take me down, alright? And it is. If Regina George's shenanigans cause an unfortunate idiot, an unfortunate person, if Regina's shenanigans damaged emotionally someone so much that they do a Columbine, that's a serious thing. Not gonna celebrate it, I'm not gonna justify the idiot that does it, but I'm gonna say, hey, did you take Regina George at least? Good. Good. That was horrible. I hope I don't get cancelled. No, I hope I only get shadow banned for that horrible opinion, alright? As I said, consider this as the angriest praise that an actor can receive after they play a horrible villain, alright? In this case, one more time, Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams, yay, you're amazing. But Regina George, real life and in fiction, fuck you. Now, let's move on to reply number 3. Alright? Listening and apologizing. Dude, my husband, we've been together 10 years married. We've been together 10 years, married for 4. People, use punctuation, please. Before I continue reading that one more time, let's go back to the title of this video, that is, what's a bare minimum adult skill more people fail at than you expected? What's a bare minimum adult skill at which more people fail than you expected? I'm gonna say basic punctuation. Basic punctuation. And the worst thing is that sometimes native speakers of the English language are making this mistake. If it's a non-native speaker that speaks other languages apart from English, good on you, my friend. Make all the mistakes you want. But you native speakers that are also monolinguals, come on, you bore me to no end. Back to the topic that I was talking about. Oh my god, I'm expressing horrible opinions. Well, not as horrible as others I've heard. Oof. I believe my opinions are quite mild. Back to this. Reply number 3. Listening and apologizing. Dude, my husband, we've been together for 10 years, married for 4, told me about a year ago that I don't apologize well, and it changed my life / our life. I didn't realize that every time I apologize, I would add a but or a similar excuse, and it made the apology fall flat or not at all. Don't add a but. I thought I was explaining my reasoning, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that I actually apologize. I'm so glad he told me. Then continues to say, not sure if this is a continuation of that reply or someone responding to this OP, but to this person, but let's find out. Oh no, it's the same. Continues. In high school, varsity baseball, as a freshman, I would try to explain my thought process and rationale for my mistake to my coach. After a bit, he told me to not explain. Just say, yes coach, when he says to do something different. Yeah, just shut up. There are some cases where nobody cares about your opinion. Yeah, some cases, alright? Similar concept and such a hard thing to stick with. But over 20 years later, I still hear our conversations and intentionally going, yes coach. That's it. That's wonderful. Yeah, just say, I'm sorry, try to be better. And if you keep making it, you better just flat out off yourself from the presence of that person. I mean, stay off from that person to whom you keep making that mistake. There are mistakes, alright? There are scales when it comes to mistakes. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah, just apologize, shut up, and say, I'm sorry. That's it. Acknowledging that you did something wrong, alright? Yeah, definitely. So many adults be like that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have places like r/strange adult parents and similar things. Moving on. Reply number 4. Taking care of their bills even when they have the money to do so. Bills first, then extravagant stuff. And by extravagant, I mean pretty much everything outside of bills and groceries. I know people that are too broke to pay for their bills, but buy thousands of dollars worth of Warhammer figures every month. Oh my god, that is so excruciatingly irritating. I wonder why you can't pay your bills. I hate that type of people. For this reason, there is a friend of mine that in the past has asked me to borrow money for a medicine, and I'm like, do you really want to buy a medicine? Yes. Here's the money, but you better show me what medicine you're buying. Oh, what? And she's like, oh, come on, yeah, I promise you it's a medicine. I don't care. Show me. If you want to borrow money from me in the future, then you better show me what you're buying. If you're gonna buy groceries, sure, I'll buy you some groceries. But I'm coming with you, because if I'm gonna give you the equivalent of, I don't know, maybe $50, you bet your ass that I'm going to come with you and make sure that you buy groceries and food. Because sure, you need to eat, but if you're gonna buy a pair of Jordans, you're not gonna eat the pair of Jordans, alright? And if I give you the money and if you don't buy food, I'm going to tell you to sit here and would I say go fuck yourself? No, that's too much. No, I don't like it when people do that. So why don't you just delete yourself from the gene pool? Oh yeah. Oh, and if you write me and mention me on your on your final letter, go ahead. I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care, because one time I tried to help you out of the goodness of my heart and you wasted it on stupid things. No. If you are gonna... That was horrible, but still, I said that and I stick by it. Because why? Because if you're gonna ask for money, you might as well use that for the thing that you're gonna need. For example, groceries. If I give you money and if you don't use it to buy... If I lend you money, if you borrow money from me and you don't use it to buy necessary things, to eat and to survive, and you spend it on luxury items, stupid or useless luxury items, then I'm gonna be very angry about you, mad at you. I'm gonna spread the word and tell as many people as possible, don't give money to this idiot, because don't worry about the fact that he's not gonna pay. Not only is he probably, or is she probably not gonna pay you back, but the worst thing is that he or she uses the money that he or she that he or she borrowed from you and use it to drink alcohol. Idiot. Again, idiot. That is the reply number 4. Let's move on to number 5. Critical thinking and analysis. Dude, it's so crazy how just on Reddit, I'll explain something multiple times, but people just talk in circles. Like they'll ask a question that was just answered I had someone call me a troll because they couldn't understand my point, then block me. A good riddance, my friend. Whoever wrote this person, to that person I say, a good riddance, alright? You don't need this type of, not toxicity, no, I don't like that word. You don't need this type of stupidity in your life. You don't need this type of stupidity in your life, alright? That person is probably gonna be a victim of the Darwin Award, or maybe victim of the effect Dunning-Kruger, in which an ignorant tends to overestimate their capacities, and they proceed to make catastrophic mistakes. Yeah. Moving on. Reply number 6. This is interesting because I do this a lot, but understanding what I do is difficult. Alright? Because I like to read, but the problem is that sometimes do I understand that? Let's read it again, and I can read the same paragraph over and over and over and over and over and over again, and still it takes me 7 reads to understand it. Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce. Which brings us to the following reply that says, reply number 6. Reading. What was the question again? It's one thing to read, it's another to comprehend what you read. Most people these days read at a 6th grade level. Monolinguals. I'm rereading a book that's set at an 11th grade level, called Mountain, and it physically pains me to think most people cannot read. Yet alone comprehend that book appropriately. A huge reason why people are so stupid is that they lack the ability to read at a level high enough to understand any scientific study past the abstract. Oh my god. This one is personal, however, unlike many idiots, I admit my own ignorance. In Spanish, my own language, there is a funny saying, there is a funny saying, a funny post, a funny piece of writing, a funny poster that says, different types, kinds, and classification of morons. Morons, alright? What type of idiot, what type of moron are you? In Spanish it would be definición y clasificación de pendejos. Suena muy chido, la neta, porque la verdad, este tipo de cosas es divertida. Pendejo. In Mexico, this word means idiot or moron, but in Argentina, it means you're so young. In Colombia, I think it means the same. But one more time, pendejo. And the most important is that there are, let's see, quickly. Definición y clasificación de pendejos. Definition and classification of morons. And one of the most important would be ignorant moron. Everybody knows he's a moron except for him or her. When in Spanish would be something like pendejo ignorante. Todo mundo sabe que es pendejo menos él. En colombiano creo que diría, no, en venezolano dirían huevón. In Venezuelan they would say something like huevón. Ignorant idiot. Everybody knows he's an idiot except for him. I'm not that type of idiot because I'm aware of how much of an idiot I can be, and I know what I know and I know what I don't, basically. So yeah, I'm not gonna trust any idiot online. I'm an idiot online and you shouldn't trust me, of course. I'll trust more a doctor, a medic, an engineer, an expert on their field, an expert on their field. So yeah, the big difference is that I own the fact that I am a moron, an idiot, and an ignorant, I know that there are things I don't know, alright? Definitely. Moving on to the reply number 7. Is this goddamn thing recording? I hope it is, and yes, it is recording, thank goodness. Wait a minute. Yep, it's recording. Good, let's continue. Reply number 7. Being able to read and also writing complete sentences. Oh my god. Next person says, why say a lot of words when a few words do the trick? Why lot? Few do. Oh, come on. Sometimes you have to use the words properly to express an idea, regardless of the number of words, right? Regardless of the number of words. What do I mean by that? I mean that, help me out. It says, being able to read and also writing complete sentences. Why say a lot of words? I can't believe why say a lot of words when a few words do the trick? I can't believe I had to change that originally. I can't believe I had to change this reply initially. Oh my god. This person originally wrote. This person originally wrote. Why write a lot? Again. Why write? Why say lot word when few word do trick? No. Come on. You have to write properly. This is not newspeak from 1984. Why say a lot of words when a few words do the trick? Sorry, but no. English is not my native language, yet I strongly feel that I speak English much better than many monolinguals that are also native speakers, regardless of nationality. Oh yeah. Regardless of nationality or heritage. Because what if their parents come from whatever country? My own, Mexico, Argentina, Italy, Germany, Russia, whatever. But the new generations don't learn the language. Let's continue. This person says, as an ELA, ELD, and SPED teacher, sadly, this is what I was going to say. It's a reply to the other. We often hear that the term functional alcoholic. What I see are people who are functional illiterates. That isn't just the students, but also the adults in their lives. Reading and writing truly gives a person agency. Take that away, and they are subject to the machinations of the world. It's depressing, yes. It's a brave new world. No. This is more like, well, brave new world is more preferable to 1984, to be honest. Which brings me to say, if I were to live in a totalitarian regime where they keep you under control, quotations, under control by giving you so much circus that you don't care, as long as this circus is given to everyone equally, it's not like the Hunger Games, then I'm all for it. Brave New World it is. I don't want 1984. No, thank you. Now, let's move on to the reply number 8. The reply number 8 says, regulating emotions. This is one reason I think dialectic behavioral therapy should be taught in schools. The skills from DBT should be considered basic life skills. I don't know what DBT stands for, and unfortunately my Wi-Fi is not so good that I can try it. No, my Wi-Fi is so bad that I think I could open Google over here, but it wouldn't come out. It wouldn't come out. Then this person says, this is not what DBT is for, unless you have some sort of condition. To be honest, regulating emotions well is sort of the default state for most people. No skills required. Most people just need to eat healthy, get enough sleep and exercise, lay off the drugs and booze, don't take on too much stress, and they are fine. This is fascinating. Tell me more. Even when doing these things, most people can regulate well enough. But yeah, some minority of people definitely need DBT and edit. I'm also not suggesting the people who need to explicitly learn emotional regulation skills in adulthood with something like DBT did anything wrong. They usually just got unlucky. For example, BPD, ADHD, autism, etc. Bring it on. Give me a second, I'll try to find what the heck DBT means, and in order to do that, I'm afraid I will have to take my computer somewhere. Well, give me a second, I need to investigate what DBT means. I'll be right back. DBT, what the heck does that mean? I'm writing down what Google says. So it basically says DBT primarily stands for dialectical behavioral therapy, a type of psychotherapy helping people manage intense emotions, improve relationships, and cope with stress by balancing acceptance and change. Originally for borderline personality disorder, but used for many issues like depression and self-harm. In finance, government, DBT can also mean direct benefit transfer, moving welfare funds straight to beneficiaries to increase transparency. So definitely, long story short, regulating your emotions, right? That's what it's telling me. And I say, yeah, so many adults don't deal with that properly. But at the same time, whatever. But at the same time, why not change the society so that people can express themselves freely, alright? Freedom is amazing, so let's defend it. Reply number 9. Self-awareness. It truly baffles me how so many people seem to be completely oblivious that their actions and presence affect others in public spaces. It does happen, but hey, as long as you're not disruptive or evil, that's fine. Watching videos at full volume with no headphones, I would never do that. Walking in the middle of the sidewalk so no one can pass you, double parking on a major street during rush hour, etc. Those type of people are the worst. I had to scroll too far down for this one. I reply. Both self and situational awareness is lacking by so many. Can't tell if people are just really self-centered or really just oblivious. Though in the end it shouldn't matter and people just need to be better. Totally. Reply number 10. It says, Hey buddy, honestly, just basic communication. A simple yes, no, or I'll be there apparently requires superpowers for some adults. Showing up on time seems like an impossible feat to begin with. I will forgive a lot of things if people just tell me I'm running late. Be there 15 minutes after. If you tell me this as soon as you realize that you're running behind, I can probably just stay where I am and dick around another 15 minutes too. But no, let's wait until it's already 5 after. So I'm just sitting there waiting on you. This makes me think that there's nothing I despise more in this world than people that accept plans and cancel last minute. If you do that, I hope something horrible happens to you, that you require the person on whom you cancel to come to you and console and comfort you, and they get to cancel on you. I hope that these people are callous enough so they can give it back to you 10 times with the intensity that you gave it first. Alright? Yes. No. Don't accept the invitation if you're going to cancel. Alright? I have seen a few people that be like, I'm an introvert, so when they cancel plans, I'm like, yay, yippee. No. Just say no from the beginning. Just say no from the start. Alright? Otherwise, I hope that you are dragged in unavoidable meetings that are indispensable for whatever job you're doing, and I hope that you get to experience a lot of unpleasant sensations every time you are in a situation where you have to perform in front of many people, and it is unavoidable, alright? Something not too bad, because if I hope that someone close to you dies, no, that's too much. No. Of course not. But one more time, do not cancel on people once you have already made the compromise to make plans and meet up, whether it is in the library, in the park, or whatever. Don't be like that. Let's move on to the next one. Reply number 11. It says, I can't believe I'm still speaking English. I'm so glad I'm not forgetting it. Let's go back. Reply number 11. Reading. I work for Parks and Rec, and we post signs, and people just don't read. Where's the beach? Next to the sign that says beach access. Oh my god, the worst thing is that I'm this type of idiot, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna go with an arrogant, unpleasant, obnoxious attitude. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go with that obnoxious attitude. Reply number 12. Cooking, cleaning, and reading comprehension. Totally. In fact, I'm doing that right now, you know? I'm reading this Reddit thread while at the same time I'm making comments about it. It's exhausting, but at the same time it's enjoyable. The sun is coming out, so I better go and pack up the clothes before mom calls me again. Anyway, let's continue. When I was single, I had 4 requirements for a future boyfriend. This is applicable for a future girlfriend as well. They had to know how to cook basic meals, clean the house to a level where company would feel welcome, read and manage their finances. It was so hard to find someone that I felt ticked. Wait a minute. Back to this one. That was my uncle talking to me. Back to this. Back to this one. When I was single. Reply number 12. Cooking, cleaning, and reading comprehension. And then to that one, another person replies. When I was single, I had 4 requirements for a future boyfriend, and I feel this is also applicable for a future girlfriend. They have to know how to cook basic meals. Clean their house to a level where company would feel welcome. Read and manage their finances. It was so hard to find someone that I felt ticked all the boxes of being a basic adult. Oof. That was difficult for me to read. And I was in my 30s in a wealthy area and dated men who made well into 6 figures, and they still couldn't stay afloat financially. It was unreal. I bet that this is applicable for some guys as well. If you're gonna be with my, let's have a relationship, sure, I'm gonna love you, you're gonna love me, and most important, if I go through a hard time, I would love to have your support, so that when I get out of these hard times, and we're back into good times, you're going to cultivate the fruits that come from my effort, you know? Something like that. Be there during the process. And hey, if he betrays you, you lady, you can kick him in the balls. And if she betrays you, just thank you next. Applicable for both, of course. Thank you next. Let's move on to reply number 13. Cooking. So many people doesn't know how to cook a decent meal for themselves. I think that so many... That's the initial response, and to that another person replies. I think that so many lacking skills, but cooking in particular, come down to an unwillingness to suck at something. What do you mean? It's like people choose to internally put in the minimum effort because it's easier to look at a subpar result after no effort than to eat a gross meal after a lot of effort. Okay, that was a little hard. Let me try again. I think that so many lacking skills, but cooking in particular, come down to an unwillingness to suck at something. It's like people choose to intentionally Put in the minimum effort because it's easier to look at a subpar result after no effort than to eat a gross meal after a lot of effort. But it's okay to suck at something the first time you try it. We just need to accept that our first attempt at something is going to be a little bit bad, and understand that it will get less bad every time we do it. But it's never going to get less bad if you never try it a second time. How adorable is that? Then this continues saying, edit. I'm speaking in generalizations. This does not apply to every single person. If you don't like cooking, you don't have to cook. Nobody's going to show up at your house and make you. I'm just saying that for a lot of people, the barrier isn't just that they can't cook. It is that they don't want to try in case they are not good at it. Yeah, you have to learn. Whether you're a man or a woman living alone. I'm obviously not speaking for every single person out there. There are billions of us. Plenty of people will fall outside of the generalization I have made. I totally agree with that. Let's continue. The next part says, what does it say? Give me a second. I need to check if someone is talking to me. But first, let's move on to reply number 14. Oh yes, I hate this. Reply number 14. Being disrespectful to others and not being an asshole. Let's just start with not being an asshole. Respectful should come easy after that. Totally. Once again, for these things like this, I usually say, screw you, Regina George, in fiction, and for all the real ones outside in real life, screw you, alright? Even if I'm gonna throw a temper tantrum, I do like that, and then, buenos, alright, it's a pity. Thank you very much for the service. Goodbye. I'm not happy, but you are not guilty, alright? It's not your problem, it's mine. You have to reassure the person working in retail or taking care of you that you are, if you're gonna every time I get angry, I be like, it's not your fault, thank you for the service, goodbye. Which leads us to the next comment that says, controlling their temper, as in road rage. Just saw it today, in a sleepy English town. I popped out to get some bits from the shop. Walking back to my car and two other cars coming towards me in the car park, so I got a way to cross. No bother. A woman just got out of her car and was faced with the same problem from the other side. Oh no, wait. A woman who just got out of her car and was faced with the same problem from the other side decides to shout, "Come on!" Then rage at the driver for being too slow. Oof. Road rage is terrible. For this reason I ride a bike. So I just can't fathom why people can be that impatient or that angry on a Tuesday lunchtime in a quiet town. What's so important that you can't wait 5 seconds? It's a town, come on, you should be much better than that. You shouldn't rage so much like that. Come on, it's just a town. You're in a town. Towns are supposed to be quieter than cities, so please take it easy, man. Take it easy. Oh my god. This is becoming such an eye-opening conversation, you know? Is this recording? Yes, it is. Is this recording? Yes, it is. Oh my god, no. Please don't fall. Aha. Let's continue. Reply number 16. Knowing how to be on time. When I was in the Navy, I was told that like 90% of the job was being in the right place, on time, and on the right uniform. You'd be surprised how many people struggle with being on time. Oh my god. Who are they? Mexicans? And hey, I'm Mexican, so I can make that joke. Give yourself enough time to get ready and to get there, and a bit of extra time for a buffer. then start getting ready at that time. It's not hard. Another military saying was, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're in trouble. Ooh, I don't want to deal with an angry army person, an angry soldier of any kind. I don't want to deal with them. Come on. I have a lot of respect for people that, well, know how to use arms and know how to kill. At least in these days, right? I wouldn't have respect, but I would have fear for the unfortunate fools that were sent to Vietnam in the 70s. Oh yeah. Will I do that? Sure, why not? Fuck you, Henry Kissinger. May you not rest in peace. One more time. All the hippies saying you're killers. No, they're not. They are victims as much as the people they kill, because they got sent by horrible politicians. Back to this. Sorry. Reply number 16. No, reply number 17, sorry. Courtesy. Being respectful towards service workers and not blaming them for corporate policy seems really challenging for a lot of people. I'm sure it's not for me. If I'm going to complain about the price, it's gonna be like, oh my god, why is it so expensive? Is it made of gold or what? Oh my god. Well, I'm buying it, but it's okay, don't worry. I know you do not determine the prices, alright? Thank you very much. Now, charge me, I wanna buy this. Yes! A pillar of civilization that is so undervalued and poorly taught. I agree with that. I'm angry, but I'm not gonna take it on the person working over there in the counter. Wait a minute, it's a little dark, so I'm gonna turn on the light. Give me a second. Sorry. Now, let's continue. Reply number 18, alright? Driving. After the reply 18, 2 more replies so we can have 20 full replies, alright? Reply number 18, driving. I used to live next to a 4-way intersection, and there would be, on average, 3 accidents every week. Ouch. Worse in winter. It isn't even a weird intersection like an off-ramp or anything. People just don't check their mirrors and drive directly into another car. Ouch. That sounds terrible. Sorry to hear that. I reply. Just not knowing right of way at 3 or 4-way intersections. Just not knowing the right of way at 3 and 4-way intersections still amazes me. I'll purposely slow down or speed up so there isn't a tie at these intersections and confusion ensues. To that one, someone else replies, I also do that. Few things enrage me while driving more than some dipshit trying to be nice and wave me through when I don't have the right of way because they don't know the rules of the road. Don't be polite. Be predictable, goddammit. I don't have a car, I don't know how to drive, but I suppose I can relate to this, considering the fact that... Now help me. Considering the fact that normally I would be like... How can I say this? Considering the fact that I don't drive. However, I'm not gonna be an obnoxious biker, an obnoxious person riding a bike, disrespecting the traffic light. If it's green, I'm gonna pass, but if it's red, I might as well stop, because cars are supposed to respect it, so perhaps I should too. Definitely I should too. Sorry. Now, let's move on to the next part. Reply number 19. After this, one more, and that's it. Reply number 19. Go to any kid's sporting event and you'll see many examples of adults who can master even basic emotional maturity. Especially because of the foolish parents that try to live precariously their lives and their dreams of childhood through their kids. The father that wanted to play soccer but couldn't, so now he encourages the son to play. And that's applicable for moms also, encouraging the daughter to be a ballerina. No, thank you. Bah. Moving on with that one, it says, right, you should not be getting that wound up over a soccer game that 7-year-olds are playing. The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of its parents. For things like this, the answer is simple. Don't have kids. Don't have kids unless you're willing to raise them, take care of them, and be taking care of them, basically. That one was said by Carl Jung, a very famous American philosopher. Carl Jung. That's Carl, C-A-R-L, Jung. Is he... what do you call it? Is he American or is he... Oh! Carl Gustav Jung. Apparently he is Swiss. I did not know that. Oh my god. I am so sorry. I was wrong. I was incorrect. Apparently Carl Gustav Jung with K. Carl Gustav Jung was Swiss. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Sorry. And for the last reply, it's gonna be reply number 20. And this is the last one. And I don't know if you have noticed this, but I've been making some origami while I am reading these replies in order to make this time a little bit more productive. Kind of. So yeah, reply number 20. Reply number 20 that says, patience. It's a lost art form, as far as I can tell. Too quickly, adults move to a childlike level of impatience with any task or with other people, perhaps especially when dealing with other people. To be honest, dealing with people is excruciatingly difficult, so you might want to do it without a care, but doing stuff without a care doesn't mean that you get to be mean, you know? Let's continue. I know that some of these people exhibit extreme patience when dealing with a wealthier person, or if there is some financial gain to be had by maintaining patience. No direct financial gain, no patience. Treated as less than people. That's horrible. I'm so glad I try not to be not like one of them. Oh, and also, oh yeah, the following is an ironic word. What's a bare minimum adult skill more people fail at than you expected? And I'm gonna say, people that are unable to describe what their favorite dinosaur is. My favorite dinosaur is not the Carnotaurus or the T-Rex. I would say the Triceratops. Those horns can easily use as self-defense, alright? But you gotta be very brave as a dinosaur. Well, that's it, Brave New World. Thank you so much for being here. In the comment section below, write down, please, whatever you consider is a good answer for this reply that we answer here today. That is, again, what was the question? What's a bare minimum adult skill more people fail at than you expected? That's it. I'll see you later.